sorry about that. I ran out of space. So anyways, they have more respect for neighbors' dogs who are let loose to piss and shit anywhere and everywhere, and the neighbors don't pick up after them, and it just is what it is. But these cats, you want to tussle and you want to fight me over. Even though I'm not the only one who feeds them, I'm the one who makes it a habit of feeding them on a schedule, but I'm not the only one who feeds them. I'm one of the people who, I don't get the little tiny bag. I make sure I get the 30-pound bag so I can make sure that I feed these condominium cats. Anyways, back to as I was saying. So he's like, get your cats, because they pissing into the... And then the crazy part is, there was a time when I stopped feeding them, when kittens were massacred, I should say. You could go back and listen to that story time. And still to this day, I don't know if it was a wild animal who killed them, and then someone just decided to chop them up in little pieces, or someone killed them and chopped them up in little pieces, and some wild animal just was playing with it. Because still to this day, the way those kittens, one of those kittens in particular, was so chopped up and clean cuts with precision. I'm talking bone clean, meat clean, fat clean, fur clean, everything clean. Ain't no animal did that. And I had a mailman who just confirmed. He was like, I've never seen that ever in my life. What was that? What happened? So I know I'm not tripping. But anyways, I said to him, I'm not the only one who feeds these cats in this condominium. I was like, these are stray cats. I didn't bring them here. I'm like, you got more anger for me. Meanwhile, I could lead you to a family who purposely brought a male cat here, not fixed, when it was a kitten. Then it grew up, still not fixed, and it's running around mating with every female cat that it can get its paws on. This motherfucker still wanted to fight. And I said to him, look, you know what you can do? And he's like, okay, yeah, I'm listening. What can I do? And then I'm like, get a motion censored sprinkler. They walk too close on your property, it's going to sprinkle water, and then it's going to train them to stay off your shit. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Still not enough. And then he's saying to me in a threatening tone, oh, I have something I'll put on my place that's going to prevent them from ever eating, and that's going to prevent them from ever shitting here again. And I'm like, okay, do what you got to do. You know, just leave me alone. It's hot. I'm exhausted. I got my own shit that I'm dealing with. I don't give a fuck about you, how you feel, how you living, what you doing. You a woman beater. You are scum to me. So then he's still talking, and then I'm just like, I don't have control over these cats. Mind you, he's recording this shit. You had only one job, ignoramus. Keep it professional. He can't even hold it. This man is such a fucking bitch ass ninja. He starts calling me bitch. He starts calling me all types of bitches, all types of fat bitches, and I'm like, ooh, okay. Well, let me help you out with this. I said, your mother was a bitch before I ever was. Not only was she a bitch, she was a stupid bitch, because she ain't swallow you. She decided to have you. And your daddy is a stupid bitch as well, because he didn't convince her to have an abortion. He didn't convince her to swallow you either. And then on top of that, he's a mega bitch because he didn't teach you not to put your fucking hands on women. And you a bitch too. Matter of fact, You a bitch because you got to put your hands on women to feel big and bad. And you a receding hairline ass bitch. You a ugly ass bitch. You a brown teeth, space in between, missing your side tooth in the top and bottom half ass bitch. I was like, didn't you give your time to the military? Didn't you work for the military? Why are you still broke, sir? Didn't you work for the military? Why the fuck do you still have to work? What's going on? Where's your money? Why you broke, motherfucker? Why you gotta con 20-year-old girls to fucking leave Haiti and promise of a green card so they can be up under you so you can fuck on them and beat on them every time the world ain't working out for you? You a bitch. You a bitch. You a small dick ass bitch. Let me guess. Under 4 inches, 1 inch wide, it just ain't giving. What's the fuck wrong with you, bitch? I was like, let me guess. You're a transgendered man. You don't really have a penis. You got a pussy like me. And you mad because them ovaries is dried up. Ain't that right, bitch? And then he's well, even if I was a transgendered person, there's nothing wrong with that. And he's right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm all for my LGBTQIA family. But you still a bitch ass ninja, motherfucker. And then when I said that, he's like, oh, I'm not a nigga. I'm a Negro. I said, no, you are a nigga. Matter of fact, you are a, and I said it with the hard ER. And I was like, because you got all this for me, but you don't got none of this for no white man. You don't got none of this for no white woman. I'm just so fucking over black men of all diasporas, because I'm not African American and he's not either, of all diasporas, because a lot of times people like to trick you into believing, oh no, it's just the African Americans. No, this whole African diaspora is dusty and filled with dusty ninjas. So I kept on going. And then a neighbor from the right of me, she heard us, and then she opened the door and she looked, and I said, oh, he's starting with me over the cats. Yeah, he's starting with me, but it's okay, I got it. He called me a bitch. I said I'd rather be a bitch. He called me fat. I said I'd rather be fat as long as I don't got your ugly, as long as I don't got your hairline, as long as I don't got your brown fucking teeth. How you work for the military and they ain't even hook you up with a good dental plan? And I told him, if you want to call somebody a bitch, call your mama a bitch for not swallowing you. And then she was scared. She was looking at me like, no, because she knows he's a woman beater too. But here's the thing. Woman beaters are fucking cowards. While he was watching me, he knew I had my hand in my pocket the whole time. He was watching it dead center. Dead stared center. He was watching that shit. Eyes open and alarmed. And cowards like that don't do the first move unless they feel like, oh, I do this, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. But I kept on cussing his ass out. And then he's like, I'm calling the cops. So, blah, 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 he called the cops. And then she was like, just go inside, Dorothy. And I said, no, I'm not. Because I'm tired of these people weaponizing cops against me. You start with me. I give you what you're looking for. And the knee-jerk reaction is to call the cops. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to stand up for myself. And then I waited a little bit. Mind you, it's hot. It's hot as fuck. And then nobody came. And then I went inside. I sat down. And the more I thought about it, I said, no. What I said is right. You can't keep weaponizing calling the cops against me when you come and start up bullshit with me. So I called the cops. And don't get me wrong, I don't think calling the cops is a joke. I don't think calling the cops is a game. I believe in calling the cops unless it is absolutely necessary. But all this shit adds up. And I'm tired of these people thinking they gonna call the cops on me. And I'm just, it's the idea of, quote, call the cops whistleblow. It's the idea of a fucking Karen. And first off, to any black woman who's listening to this, or any black person who's like, you will call the cop, I will call the fucking cops on a black man ASAP. I don't give a fuck anymore. Because when I wasn't, guess what? They wouldn't think twice to call the cops on me or any other black woman. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to call the cops. You get maced, you get tased, you get shot. I don't give a fuck. Play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. Especially with me. I'm putting myself first. I'm putting my protection first. I'm putting my peace of mind first. And I advise other black women to do the same. And other black girls too. So anyways, I called the cops. I let them know it's a non-emergency. I had to wait a very long time, but they showed up. It was 2 black women, 2 dark-skinned black women, brown skin, dark skin, not heavy ebony dark skin, just to give you an idea. And they came through, and I explained to them, which was quite alarming to me that they didn't get it the first time. But in all honesty, you don't have to be intelligent to be a cop, and it's no disrespect to them. I'm just saying in general, you really don't. But anyways, so I'm telling them, like, I want a police report. I want a police report written up because I am sick and fucking tired of these people weaponizing calling the cops against me. And then as soon as I said weaponizing, she's thinking there was an actual weapon. And I'm just like, girl, what? You don't understand these terms? So I'm telling her what happened. And then she said to me, okay, so hold on. All of this happened over cats? And I'm like, essentially, yes. And then she's like, are they your cats? I'm like, no, these are strays. I feed them. These are strays. And then she's like, are any of these cats owned by anybody? I'm like, yeah, you got some people who own their cats and they raise them outdoor and they have collars. But for the most part, yeah, these are strays. Now, I could pinpoint which ones are owned by people. Don't get it twisted. I'm very, very well aware. But yeah, I feed the strays. And then she's like, okay, well, who's... And I was like, well, this is the house. That was the person who I got into it with. And this is the house who can vouch for me. And she said, we just gonna go to the one who you got into it with. So they're talking to him. And he's immediately lying. Oh, I work for law enforcement. This motherfucker a security guard. Bitch, for all that much, I'm part of law enforcement. Because I used to do security too. And a bitch still got her security license. Hello. And then I overhear him lying and saying, oh no. And then so they asked him, they're like, well, as a part of law enforcement, you should understand how to approach someone. You can't just approach them. And he's like, oh no, I didn't. Lying straight through his brown, spaced out, chipped teeth. Oh no, I didn't do that. I just came to her. And I'm like, and at that moment I should have said, no, play the tape. Play the tape. Play your so-called recording. But anyways, they're like, oh, stay over there. We'll be here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm over here. You good? I'm good. And then I'm watching him just lie through his fucking teeth. And then they said to him, look, we deal with criminal shit. We deal with criminal activity. This ain't for the cops to be called upon. You got an issue with these cats, call animal control. There is no rule that she can't feed these cats. Like, what are you doing? And then after they spoke to him, one of them, the first one who walked up to me that I spoke to, she came back. And then she's like, look, we don't deal with cats. And then I tried to say to her again, I didn't call you over cats. She was like, just let me finish. So I was quiet and I let her speak. And then after she said, look, we don't deal with that. You feed the cats. Okay. Just for prevention of further issues, When they speak to you, just don't speak to them. Go inside. Da, 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 da. But sometimes you can't go inside. What if I'm waiting for my fucking Uber or Lyft? Or what if I just want to sit fucking outside? Now, I get it. If I'm just sitting outside, shorty, get your ass inside. Because it's a small price to pay to not deal with that shit. But I am tired. With that being said, not even a but. With that being said, I am fucking tired of building parameters in my life to appease motherfuckers who don't give a fuck about me, as if I'm not already feeling confined as is from my day-to-day life, from my day-to-day issues, and from the fact that it is so hard for me. I don't have friends. I don't go out. My out is literally sitting outside on my fucking stoop, feeding these cats, and maybe talking to them every now and again. They're getting on my nerves right now, so I don't really feel like talking to them. And it's hot, and I'm getting over a fever that I thought was COVID. Like, I got enough shit on my motherfucking plate, bitch. Why the fuck are you fucking with me? I get tired of having to build parameters in my life for a bunch of bitch-ass niggas and bitches, especially niggas who are women beaters. You got me fucked up. So then after she said what she said, I said, look, I didn't call you over cats. I called you over the weaponization of constantly calling cops on me and threatening to call cops on me. I said to her, he came at me disrespectfully. You came at me, I spoke to you, I gave you your respect, I kept it professional, and then all of a sudden, because you don't like what I'm saying to you, and because you still want to fight, I'm all types of bitches and fat bitches. And then when I give it to you how you gave it to me, and I gave it to you a bit better, now all of a sudden you want to threaten to call the cops on me. And in all honesty, he could have lied and said anything on that call. And I said to her, the only reason why I felt like he understood to say it non-emergency was because the neighbor caught him doing what the fuck it is that he was doing to begin with. But he could have called and said anything. And then next thing I know, cops coming in on 10, and my life is in danger. I'm in trouble and my life is in danger. And I don't know what the fuck's going on. And I said to her, I was like, suppose if I didn't meet you and your partner. Suppose if I didn't meet two cops who came in calm, cool, and collect. Suppose if I met a motherfucker who was on 10 with a racial bias who wanted to pound on a fucking nigga. Then what? I'm supposed to be on the fucking ground with my face pushed in the fucking gravel with a knee on my neck talking about I can't breathe? That ain't gonna be me. And then when I said that, she was like, oh no. Like I'm taking it too far. And my whole thing is this. The world loves to gaslight black women. Dark-skinned black women especially. But for you to be another black woman, and I know that's your experience, because that's damn near all of our experiences. For you to be another black woman to try to gaslight another when you know how that shit feels and you know how that shit fucks with you, that's even more fucked up. It's like, put the Kool-Aid down. You don't got to do what the whole world does to you, to another black woman. Put that Kool-Aid down. Drinking it isn't going to make your skin clear and glow. It's not going to make that tummy on flat. It's not going to make that ass fat. It's not going to make them edges grow. It's not going to make that hair long and thick. Put it down. You don't need to add on, because this world is fucked up as is. And I didn't let up. And I said to her, are you serious right now? And I had to correct her. I was like, you're a cop. The moment you show up, you control the show. Everything starts and ends with you. You control the show. You could write anything on that police report. And I'm happy that she also had her body cam. And then I said, I was like, you could put anything in that police report, and they gonna take that as fact. I'm not gonna be put in handcuffs. I was like, these are black men. And then another neighbor who had started up with me when I was sick and I thought I had COVID and it was just a fever. I can't even say just a fever because I felt like I was going, I didn't know what was going on. My world was flipped. This bitch ass nigga too. Early in the fucking morning, I'm throwing away my trash and he walking up. You, I don't fuck with you. And I had to pull out my mace and say, sir, please don't make me mace you. You making me scared for myself. You making me scared for my life. And when I told cops this, it was a black cop especially, he says to me, well, did he say he was going to hit you? I need you to say you going to hit me if you talking to me aggressively and you in my personal space? Are you fucking kidding me? You!